This is one of the most exciting videos that I've ever done, probably on this channel, because it answers two very big things for beginners and non-beginners. The first thing is, when I was starting on Amazon, when I wanted to sell and learn how to sell on Amazon, the biggest question was, what does a good product, what does a winning product look like? If you've seen videos on YouTube, no one shares what a winning product looks like. No one talks about their products. You basically have no idea what to sell until you start selling. And then the second thing is, if your product's not doing well, if it's failing, what do you do? So we're gonna answer these two questions in this video. I'm gonna show you the exact product that we sold, and I'm gonna show you the back end of everything that we did to get it from not selling at all to selling and selling out within like 3 weeks. We did this screenshot right here, $8,000 something in 3 weeks, from nothing to that. You'll see everything, all the behind the scenes. Enjoy. What's up, welcome back guys, Brax here, and as I mentioned, this is going to be a very exciting video for you and for me. I'm going to show you a product that a friend of mine tried to sell, and he did not end up even starting to sell it, I think. And then I'm going to show you all the back-end stuff, all the PPC campaigns, all the thought process of everything that we did to get it from not selling at all, basically launching it, and then selling out of it within 3 weeks. If you're new here, I usually talk about my own journey on Amazon. So if you want to see me go from 0 to wherever I'm at now, I'm doing about 10 to 16,000. It fluctuates a month on Amazon. You can go back and watch my videos or subscribe and click on the bell to get notified when I post new videos. So if you're new here, welcome. And in this video, I have a guest. He's my friend Elliot. He's on FaceTime right here. What's up, Elliot? So this was his product, okay? He sourced this product, he found it and sourced it, but that was before I knew anything about it. If he had told me before, I would have told him not to do it. At least not the way he did it with the sourcing part. So to get started, let's talk to Elliot about what he did, how he did it, how he got to the point before he talked to me and before I got involved to try to help him to sell out. Because basically he sourced it, found it, sourced it, and then talked to me after a few months. And he was like, hey, this thing has been on Amazon for a while. I forgot about it. Help me sell out because I need to get rid of it. Super quick, who are you?
Hi, I'm Elliot. I'm Sam's friend. I make YouTube videos, but I'm also a failed Amazon seller.
Failed Amazon seller. Okay. Why do you say that?
Yeah, I no longer sell on Amazon, but I thought it was going to be my life when I first started, but that's not the path that life took me, so I'm no longer involved with Amazon, but it was something that I was really involved with for a while.
We did a video together, I'll link it at the end of this video, but we did a video where we talked about his first product, and it was, what was it?
Felt letterboards.
Felt letterboards. He failed with that product. And then the second product that he tried to launch, we talked about that too quickly, but last time we said was, he wanted to sell it to someone else, sell the whole bulk.
Yeah.
Right? So before we talk about that, let's talk about how you found the product, maybe the product research part of your journey.
Yeah.
And then we'll talk. Yeah.
Yeah, it was about a year ago, so my memory is fading a little bit, but I believe I found the product like a giveaway site. Actually, I don't know. Did I find it through a giveaway site? I don't think so. I think how I found the product was through niching down on Amazon categories. And so I'd look at the Amazon best-selling list, and then I would go down to really specific categories, and then find products that were doing well but not ranked too high where it was too competitive. And this was just one of the products that I found in the kitchenware niche. And so the product that I found are taco holders. They're these like stainless steel taco holders that restaurants use, and people use them in their kitchen. And that was the product that I ended up finding through that niche method. I don't know what that's called.
Yeah, just going to categories and then going from subcategory to the other and then just searching for ideas.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, I stumbled upon this product and it looked pretty good. It wasn't too competitive, and it was doing pretty well in terms of sales. And so I went in to source the product, and so I checked on Alibaba, talked to a lot of sellers. I actually have like a list here, but I talked to around 12 suppliers, around 11 suppliers, and I was trying to get a good price, and I was trying to differentiate my product by getting a stainless steel toggle holder that was very high quality, and that made my product pretty expensive when I was first sourcing it. And I also tried to source a lot of the product when I first started, which was a mistake on my part. But I ended up sourcing from the supplier on Alibaba. I paid around $3,500 for the actual inventory, and then I kind of got screwed on the shipping because the products are pretty heavy, and so I had to pay around $2,200 for shipping, which gave me a total of $5,700 in terms of the cost.
Was that sea shipping or air shipping?
I actually used sea shipping, and I thought it would be cheaper. I should have honestly gotten a more accurate quote, but the quote was at 1,000, and I said okay, and there was no guarantee on it, so it actually doubled in price after fees, after a lot of miscellaneous costs.
So they quoted you 1,000, and then you ended up paying 2,000 something.
Right, 2,200 actually. There was a mistake on my part too. I should have been prompt with the shipping process as soon as they gave me the quote, but I think I left about a month in between the initial quote and actually putting in that order. Either way, I did sea shipping to save money, and I ended up paying a lot.
Do you remember how many units did you order?
I ordered 500 units at around $7 a piece.
500. So how much is that? $7 a piece?
500 units at $7 a piece. So my cost of inventory was $3,500, and then $2,200 in shipping. So a total of $5,700 for my cost.
Oh yeah. So what's that total landed? Let me do it. So that's $11.4. Okay. So you got it landed at $11.4, and you told me that was your biggest mistake, right?
Yeah, I mean that pretty much ruined my margin, because it was so expensive with shipping. And I was honestly playing a more long-term game where I wanted to get the price down with my supplier and hopefully reduce costs along the way. But as my first inventory, I wanted to break even or maybe lose some money so that I could reorder and make some money back. But I never ended up reordering, so at the end of the day, I just lost money.
If you order, or if you have it landed at $11, you better be selling at 35 to 40.
Yeah, right? And the market price is not at that price.
What was the market price?
I think it's around $20 to $25.
Yeah, not even close to 30.
Yeah.
Right. Did you realize that was a mistake after you ordered?
I actually got screwed on the shipping, but yeah, I definitely tried to get a decent margin, but I didn't really realize it was that big of an issue. But in hindsight, that margin is it's not pretty.
Yeah. All right. So then you said you wanted to sell it to someone, right? Sell the whole bulk.
Yeah. So around the time that my inventory arrived, I actually just put it aside and worked on some other stuff. That's a whole nother story. But basically, I wanted to sell off my account and my inventory, and I had some sellers that I met who were interested, and I think they were trying to buy it for $2,000 or something, the account and the inventory. And honestly, I just wanted to get rid of it to kind of relieve the stress of having inventory and having potential long-term storage fees. And so I was going to try to sell it to this buyer. And then as we kind of went through the process, I realized that it would be very, very complicated to sell the account, mostly because I was concerned about the liability of having my name attached to a business that belonged to someone else. We had to transfer bank account information, and we were, pretty far away from each other, so I would have to send my bank account information. I wasn't really comfortable with that. Also, in the future, if he doesn't properly remove my name from the account, and if he doesn't block sales on it, we could run into tax issues. There's a lot of complications in selling the account. So I turned to Sammer and said, I don't really want to sell this account anymore. Can you help me get rid of all this inventory?
Yeah, so we were like, it might be just easier to turn on PPC, press a few buttons, and then see what happens.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so you came to me, and then what did we do first?
Yeah, so Samber turned on some PPC campaigns for me. I think you had like 6 different types, but basically like some general ones, some targeted ones, and they started performing actually immediately. So within the first few days, we actually started seeing some of the products being sold out, and then by the end of the first week, I think we had like a few $100s in sales, and then within 3 weeks, it was crazy. Like you can see the graph, it just went straight up, and we actually sold out within 3 weeks. Some of the changes and adjustments that we made, Sammer basically deleted like one of the campaigns that was bleeding money. Other than that, the one general campaign, that automatic campaign that we set up, actually drove the majority of the sales, and it did really, really well. And it was like below, I think it was below like a 20% ACOS or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like really good. And then all the other campaigns were like below 20-30% ACOS, and within a few days, a few weeks, I think around 3 weeks, we got rid of all 500 products. We did have to lower the price, so I lost money on it, but that was like something that I told Sammer already, like I'm willing to lose money on this inventory, because the reason I approached Sammer originally was because I was about to hit long-term storage fees. Now, at the time, I didn't realize this, but Amazon actually changed their policy. So I think instead of 6 months, it changes to a year before you get hit with these heavy fees. So I would have been fine, but it's still something that was like really bothering me, because having 500 taco holders in warehouses is not that fun. So
Yeah. And it was a fun little experiment for me too.
yeah.
But we lowered your price, but then we raised it, right?
Yeah, and we still did well with the campaigns. I think it went up a little bit in price, but still it was a competitive offer, and so we were able to sell with the higher price.
So we had a low price, and then at one point we saw that everything was going well, and we're like, okay, let's try to raise the price. So we raised it a few dollars, maybe $2, and then added a coupon. We added a $2 coupon. So now it got even more attractive because there was a coupon there. So I'm going to show you guys all the behind the scenes after we talked to Elliot, because I need to edit it and like explain what I was doing when I was recording the screen.
Yeah, like a lot of people use the coupon. And also mine was the only listing that had that green coupon that said save $3, $5, whatever we put. And I think that made my listing much more attractive.
Yeah, it's a very simple differentiation. Like it's one extra way to have people see yours instead of seeing someone else. Because if you look at the market, if you go now and search taco holder, they all look the same, right? Like they all look the same. So one way to differentiate was to put that coupon, and then people scanning with their eyes, they see that green little thing, and then they go like, oh, it's on a discount, and then they buy it. But the one thing that was surprising is that you had one review, right? You had one review.
I had one.
Yeah. We ended up with 2 reviews at the end. Someone reviewed it for some reason. But with one review, we were able to do $8,000 in sales and not make money, basically because we started off with a high cost of sourcing the product, which gave us a low margin. But the ACOS was 20 to 30%, which if your margin was 40%, you would have made money, right? Or broke even.
I don't know the math behind that, but sure.
Yeah. Anything else?
I'm out of inventory now, and so I haven't shut down my account completely yet because I'm like waiting on some payments from Amazon. But as soon as this goes through, I'm gonna shut down the account, and it's another chapter of my life closed.
Yeah. Any last words for the people?
Shout out to Sammer for really coming in clutch and helping me with this. Like it was something that was really stressful. And I had to deal with it for a long time, but Sammer wiped away all my problems in 3 weeks. So subscribe and like this video.
Yeah. All right, guys, let me show you right now the back end, everything that I did, so you can see how you can try to do the same thing for yourself. I'm going to show you exactly how to get the best keywords for your PPC campaigns, for your listing, and how to create the best PPC campaigns to either launch a product or to save a product from dying, just like we did with this one. So enjoy the rest of this video. All right, guys, so I recorded everything that we did. screen recorded all the steps, but then I went to edit it and it was a huge headache. Audio sucked and it was laggy. Anyways, I took screenshots of everything that we did, and I'm just gonna explain just over the PowerPoint that you're gonna see here. So the first part of it, I actually lost the footage, so I recreated it, but the rest of it, you can see we're on a call, and yeah, that's it. All right, let's get started. So this is what we did. The first thing I did was I created an automatic campaign, very simple. You go to your advertising settings right here, and then you create an automatic campaign. $50 budget with 1.3 bid. I added the product. You know what I'm talking about. And then the second thing I did was I created something called an automatic baby bid campaign. This is something that I've seen a lot on YouTube. People say that if you create a campaign where the bid is tiny, and when I say tiny, I mean 0.3 or even 0.1 or even less, and the daily budget is huge, then you might get some very cheap sales, since you have a very big budget, Amazon's gonna it's gonna have more room to look for keywords for you. So it's gonna take that small bid and look for, apparently, that's what people say on YouTube. So I thought, since this is a big test project where I'm testing a bunch of stuff, might as well test this as well. It didn't do much, but oh well. So yeah, 0.3. All right, so the next campaign, that's the third campaign, was a manual campaign, $50 budget. I called it manual suggested because, yes, you guessed it, if you scroll down when you're creating a campaign, you get keywords that Amazon suggests for you, suggests that you use these keywords. So I added them all, and I was like, all right, let's see if Amazon knows what they're talking about. Might as well, since this is a list of keywords that, according to Amazon's data, they think is relevant to us. So that was the whole campaign for this one. Later, when you look through, or not even later, right now, if you look through all the list of these keywords, some of them make no sense, like stainless steel, broad too. That's not going to be very useful for us. If people are searching stainless steel, there's a very low chance that they're searching for taco holders. So these are a few keywords that we had to remove eventually. Now the next campaign number 4. If I'm going too fast, guys, my advice is to really pause, take notes, make a list of everything that I've done, because I really think that you've either done most of these, or you're gonna find 1 or 2 things that I've done here that are game changers for you. Maybe you've never heard of them or you've never thought of them. So take notes and then look at what you need to change for your own campaigns, or maybe add. So manual autofill campaign, that was the next one. Again, daily budget of $50. And yeah, so autofill, when you go to Amazon and you search something, it's gonna autofill, I think that's how you describe it, what Amazon thinks you might finish the sentence with. And usually that's the highest searched keywords that they've seen from their data that other people search. So they've seen that when people search taco holder, they usually also search taco holder stainless steel set of 4. So that's a big one. Also taco holder stand. So these are all very good ideas according to Amazon, because they're showing you what other people would search. So if you only have in mind taco holder, these are very good ideas for you to add. Now what you see here on the right side, this is actually a Chrome extension. It's hiding somewhere there, but it's called, if you Google Amazon suggested autofill, something like that. I'm sorry, I can't remember what it's called, but it should be easy to find. If you can't find it, just leave a comment someone comment below what it's called. I honestly forgot what it's called, but it's a free extension and it shows you more keywords. So I took all these keywords and I put them in that campaign. Also, so I did taco holder, and then I tried tortilla holder, got some more keywords, tried taco stand, got some more keywords. So yeah, now we're here. You see manual autofill, I showed you that, auto regular. So these are some campaigns that I'm going to show you now, how we created them. Manual suggested, you saw this one. This was an old one that he created a few months before. It got him a few sales. Yeah. All right, so this is what the listing looked like. You guys can even still look it up if you look up the ASIN. Let me see where I can find it. Where is it? So yeah, you see the ASIN right here. If you want to see the listing for yourself, if you Google this, you can see it. I mean, if you want some validation or if you want to just look through it. This is what it looked like. It had one review when we started, and it was not ranking anywhere. And these were the photos that he used. It's not a bad main image, it's just not clean enough. But it's not bad, so we just went with it. And our idea was that at first we'll test everything and we'll see if we need to modify anything, because we didn't want to do too much work that was unnecessary. So this is a Helium 10 graph that shows you the history of the ranking, of the BSR, and of the price. So if you see here, this is when we started selling, sometime June, when was it? End of May, somewhere here. And then we stopped here, obviously, because we ran out of stock. So what you see here, the blue line, that's the price. This just means that we got basically hijackers after we sold out. So we don't even care. Let them hijack whatever they want to hijack. But yeah, so we started at what was it? 15, I think, something. And then we raised it, and then we raised it again. And as you see, the BSR went down to 6,000, which is amazing. Okay, so this, you can see the history here. The next thing I did was, obviously I went looking for more keywords to target. We got some keywords here and there, as you saw before, but now I want some more data-backed keywords. So I went to Helium 10, which I'm sure you guys know what Helium 10 is. And I went first to the magnet tool. Now magnet, it says here it's a keyword research tool. You usually put in a keyword and then it gives you related keywords. So I put in taco holder and then it gave me all these other related keywords. I limited it to at least 500 in search volume so that I don't see other useless keywords. And then that's what I got. And as you can see, some of these keywords don't make a lot of sense. California home goods, interesting finds. I mean, they might be related somehow. Food tray might be related, but not really. You get the point. So, dishwasher rack, yeah. So then I thought, let's not waste any time. Skip magnet, I'm gonna go to Cerebro. And what Cerebro is, it's a tool that lets you look at where a listing is ranking. So basically, which keywords your competitors are ranking for. So instead of going and finding random keywords, I'm gonna see where the winners are ranking and go there. So Cerebro, I looked up taco holder, and these are the top competitors for taco holder. As you can see, 205, 60 reviews. Those are not bad. Those are very beatable, and it's a very fair competition. So I chose, I think it was 6 of the top. Now I chose this one probably, and this one, and this one. I did not choose this one because it's not a direct competition to me. I want to see where they're ranking because they're almost like my product and I want to rank there. So yeah, more listings, I guess. So here in Cerebro, you can input 10 listings. I'm not sure why I did 6 only. Maybe I was lazy back then. But I put 6 of these ASINs. So each one of these, you can see the ASIN right here. And then I got the keywords. Now these are the keywords that all these listings are ranking for. All right. So I ranked by search volume to see which one has the highest search volume. Obviously nightstand, air fryers, bestseller prime. Probably not the most relevant ones, right? We don't care about these. Now, Cerebro is cool because it helps you filter out non-relevant keywords. Because if you see here, ranking competitors, only one competitor was ranking on this keyword. So if only one out of the 6 competitors is ranking on this keyword, then that tells you that this keyword is not too relevant, since the top guys are not all, or most of them are not even there. So if we filter by ranking competitors, and if we see where all of them are ranking, or most of them, then those are the best keywords to target, right? So again, so right here, ranking competitors, I put at least 3. Show me at least where 3 of these people are ranking. Now it makes more sense. Taco holder, tortilla warmer. And look, it's showing me 342 keywords instead of before showing me 2,000. So that's a lot of keywords to look through. Let's not waste any time and show me the good ones. Taco holder, 5 out of the 6 are ranking for it. I'm not sure how, maybe this is delayed. But yeah, tortilla warmer, taco stand, taco holders, corn holders. They're very relevant keywords, and then you can filter or sort by search volume and you'll see which one is the most important. So taco holder is the most important because not only is it high volume, a lot of people are searching for it, it's also very relevant to our product. That's why if I put the dinosaur, this one, we'll get some skewed results because we don't care about dinosaur keywords for now. All right, so yeah, I got 3 and then we got these keywords and I filtered by at least. So what I did here was I filtered these for 2 different campaigns. I took these keywords, these 342 keywords, and divided them by 2. One list was a high search volume keyword list, and then another list was a low search volume keyword list. Because I feel like, and I think that's true based on the data that I've seen, if you put high volume keywords together and if you put some low volume keywords with that same list, the low volume ones will sort of be bullied by the high volume ones, and the budget will go towards the high volume ones, and the low volume ones will not get any love. So especially in our case, when we only have 1 review, we really want to get impressions and get our product shown on the low volume ones. So we don't want to skip those. So separating them will really help us target the low volume ones where we have easier opportunities. So I separated them by at least 200. Now it's going to be different for every market. I said 200 in this case. And then I downloaded the Excel sheet. And then the other one was anything between 40 and 200, which is very low, but might as well. So 2 campaigns, manual, high volume from Cerebro. Can't remember what the budget was. And these are the keywords right here. So yeah, we chose manual targeting. These are the keywords. And then I created 3 different ad groups within the same campaign. One with broad targeting, and I just chose the suggested bid, as you see, apply all right here. So, and then the second one was high volume phrase, and then the third one was high volume exact. All right, so this is the next campaign, manual low volume Cerebro. So this is what we ended up with: manual autofill, auto regular, high volume Cerebro, auto baby bid, manual low volume Cerebro, and manual suggested. Now we were not done there because these next campaigns that I'm targeting, they're very, very, very important. And I think you should always do these campaigns, especially when launching at first. And you've probably seen a video of mine talking about these, but these are the most beatable ASINs and you target them specifically. And by beatable, I mean ASINs or listings, competitors that have less reviews than you or worse reviews than you. So to do that, I went to Black Box, as you see here, still on Helium 10. By the way, guys, I have a discount for Helium 10. It's in the description below if you guys want to try it out. And I filtered by maximum 1 review because we have 1 review. So the thought process is if someone else has 1 review or 0, we can compete with them. I also filtered by, I think this is 500,000 BSR to see only the ones that are actually selling. Because I'm sure there's a lot of listings with 0 reviews, but they're not selling at all. These are the ones where you see 28,000 BSR with 1 review and 1 star. This listing is somehow selling something at least with a horrible listing. Same with these other 2. So this is a list of listings that we can easily target. So I called it 0 to 1 star ASINs. Daily budget 100. I really want to target this one. Manual targeting. This is what I named the ad group, just to be specific. Oh yeah, and I looked right here. When you look it up with Black Box, you look up taco holder here. You can look up any other keyword just as long as you find the right competitors. You add it. Default product targeting. This is the one. This is how you do it here. Product targeting, and then you input the list of ASINs that you found. So it was a bunch of competitors that we wanted to specifically target. Now the next thing that I wanted to do was find listings, because the first one we found listings with 0 or 1 reviews. Now we want listings that have 0 to 3 stars. So even if they have 20 reviews, if it's 3-star rating, let's target them because they're horrible and we have a 5-star rating. So this is how we did it. Taco holder, at least 2 reviews, just to try it out, I think. And then maximum 3-star review rating. See, we got a bunch of different listings that we hadn't seen before. Again, target them. Oh yeah, also might have had to add a max BSR. Manual 3-star ASIN campaign, $100 daily budget, manual targeting, up to 3-star listings, product targeting, and that's it. Now we have all these campaigns. You see the different types of budgets and we let them run. Now the next thing I did was, Elliot got scared. He saw all these budgets. He's like, I'm not ready to spend all this money. And I'm like, don't worry, because we can limit all of them by adding a daily budget cap. So I asked him, how much are you willing to spend a day? He said 100. And yeah, so no matter what happens inside, it's not going to spend more than a total of 100 per day. You can use the campaign level budgets, but you're not going to be limiting your spend per day. The next thing I did was I looked through his listing to see if there's anything critical to change. He had some back-end keywords, so I was like, okay, cool, let's move on. The only thing was he didn't have tortilla in his title. And I thought it was a pretty important keyword. So he had taco twice here. So I changed this one to tortilla. And then the next thing I did, so my thought process with this was, let's target this from every angle possible to give the customer a reason to choose our listing over anyone else's. So the first thing that I did was all these campaigns that I showed you. Now the next thing was to make this listing look good. So I added a coupon. If you go to advertising, coupons, and this is one of those coupons that I'll show you maybe in a second. It shows on the listing, even before you click on it, it's like a green box that says get $2 off or whatever. So we put $4 off. Again, with the goal of all of this wasn't to make money, it was just to get rid of all of these. So your strategies might be a bit different if you're trying to profit. So a big tip here is, as you're creating the coupon, you can add some keywords here. Usually people don't get creative here, I'm not sure why, but my advice is do get creative because people see this. And try to create some sort of, scarcity or like limited time without breaking any of Amazon's rules. So look up their rules first. But Taco Tuesday summer deal sounds exciting and sounds like it's only for the summer. So that was created. Next thing I did was I created promotions. Again, trying to target it from every angle possible. A percentage off promotion that shows up on the listing. If you click add tier here, I'm not sure if you guys knew about this, but you can add multiple options. So if they buy 2, you get 5% off. If they buy 3, you get 10% off. If you buy 5, you get 15% off. And we had to make sure to click this button so that it shows on the page. So now, that was it. Okay. Now this was, so we started 5/28. May 28th. This was what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 days later. These were the results. Total ACOS of 32%, which is not bad at all. Total orders 6 units. I should have compared how many organic units we did. Might have been all from PPC, but yeah. So the best campaign was the automatic campaign. And it was 13% ACOS, and it got us all the sales in the first week. So we could have just done the automatic campaigns and not done anything else, but we were testing, playing around, trying to see what works. So I downloaded the reports, sponsored products search term report, which you can get from here, advertising reports. I wanted to see what sold. We had 6 units sold, what worked. So the first thing that I did was I sorted by impressions. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to see which keywords were being shown on and which keywords have the biggest search volume. So which are the biggest keywords that people are seeing us from? Tortilla toaster had 249, taco holder, stainless steel cloche, tortilla holder, and taco tray. Now, if it's a high impression keyword, doesn't mean that it's a good keyword. You need to look at the click-through rate to see if it's very relevant. So tortilla toaster obviously is not relevant. Why? If you look at the data, a lot of people are seeing it, not a lot of people are clicking on it. So there's search for it, cool, but it doesn't matter to us because they don't care about it. It's not what they're looking for. Compare this to this, 4% click-through rate, that's a lot higher than 0.4. So taco holder is a lot more relevant than tortilla toaster. So this can tell you to skip this one or delete it or negative or lower the bid or whatever you want to do. So these are the biggest keywords that people are finding us from. That's only the first 9 days. We barely spent any money on PPC, $41, and we got these results. So for better, more accurate changes and data, give it more time, but we were pressed on time. So next thing I did was I looked at what got us the sales. Where is it? Total sales right here. So we sold the most on taco holder. Elliot was honestly scared to target taco holder because he thought it was too competitive. And I told him, let's just see what happens. And that's what happened. So $63 in sales, 6 clicks, not too bad, huh? And taco tray, taco tongues. Taco tongues is good because we have tongues as an extra in the product. Now this is an ASIN. This is a competitor that we were ranking for. So I looked it up. Let me see. Oh, there we go. So I looked this up on Google or even on Amazon, and it was this one. And it made sense that people liked our listing more than this one and bought ours instead. How many people? 1 person. Okay. Because this one has less taco holders, and actually it doesn't make too much sense. It's cheaper, whatever. Yeah, they liked ours and they bought it. Good for them and for us. This was a listing. This is what it looked like. And ours, if you scroll down here, you see ours right here. So this is where the PPC campaign put us. And this was the automatic campaign. Okay, so what I did next was I copied this and I added it. Well, you'll see in a bit. Like I said, stainless steel cloche, high impressions. Oh, that wasn't the bad one, but this one we were spending a lot of money on, or some money on, and not getting anything at all. And if I looked up what cloche is, so this is not too relevant, maybe a bit, but not too much. But for the sake of just getting things done quickly, we removed it later. Then I filtered by B0. It shows you all the ASINs that we targeted or that we showed up inside of. And I wanted to see these ASINs to see if I can add them to our campaigns. This is why automatic campaigns are very important. It gets you some keywords or some ASINs that you probably did not think of or did not know you would perform well on. So it's going and searching for good opportunities for you. So you need to listen to it and look at it and analyze the data. So we probably added all of these. Yeah, we did. There we go. So I added each one of those to our campaigns so we can manually target them and be a bit more aggressive on them. And again, tortilla toaster, looking at the click-through rate, not too good. So we actually turned it off completely. Next thing I did was I raised the bids on all the keywords because as you can see here, nothing was happening. So there was no impressions on any of these keywords. So I clicked here, clicked on increase bid by percentage, 25%. So I'm increasing the bids so that at least people see us. And the auto regular, which was doing 13% ACOS, I increased the budget. I think it was $50 to $150. And I think I increased the bid from 1.3 to 2. So I told Amazon, go find me more, since it's doing well. So you can see here, we spent $6 only in that whole day from all the campaigns. So it makes sense to raise the bids. Remember, the limit was $100. We only spent $6. Usually it takes time to pick up. That's why this is only the first 9 days. All right, what else did we do? Stainless steel. Remember how I told you that this one is not too relevant? We turned it off. Now, we took all of these again, and I searched them on Amazon to see if they're good opportunities. So this one is 1 star only, and is more expensive. So this is very computable. I don't know if that's a word, but we can compete with this easily. We have tongues and we're cheaper. So I added it. Looked up another one from that list, 0 reviews, very easy to compete with. And then that's another one again, 0 reviews, easy to compete with. So I added them to a campaign. Now, when is this? June 12, we raised the price to $17.95. And then as you can see with the history of the graph, we did not get less sales. We got even more sales than here. So we kept selling well. June 21, we raised it $1 more just for fun. Still made good sales. Now these are the final results. I got the screenshot today as I'm editing this video, and these are the numbers from our PPC campaigns. As you can see, the regular campaign was the best performing one, and the manual autofill was the next best performing, as in it sold the most and the ACOS was still not too bad. Manual autofill had a better ACOS, but it only sold us 4 units, which is not bad. In the long run, this would have been a good campaign. We could raise the bids. Manual high volume Cerebro, slightly worse ACOS, sold us only 2 units. And the manual suggested one was the worst one. Now, again, this is only over a time period of 3 weeks. So it doesn't really tell us much, except that we got lucky with the auto regular campaign. And with the manual campaigns, it does not tell us that these are bad. It just tells us that they might have needed more time. I'm trying to say that don't not use these types of campaigns based on this. This is only 3 weeks of testing. But for the sake of this project, it was interesting to see that the auto campaign was the best one. So Elliot could have just turned on an automatic campaign and not even called me at all. But yeah, you can see the graphs. The orange is the ACOS and the blue is the sales over time. You can even check when we raised the prices how it was different in terms of the sales and the costs. And if we compare the amount spent with the total amount of sales, so as you can see, we got $7,584 in sales from PPC, from paid advertisement. And if you look on the left, this is the final sales. We got $8,247 total sales. So the difference is actually organic sales, which is very interesting. That means that ranking on the keywords that we ranked for, and I'll show you in a second our keyword ranking for the position of the listing for different keywords. I'll show you that in a second. But ranking there got us some free sales without having to pay for ads. So you can see how good of an investment spending PPC is to get you ranked and get some free sales later. But let's do the math to see 2,013 over 47. So our final ACOS was 26.6. If you compare it to this one, 28.8, just to give you an idea. And now to show you the ranking of our listing on different keywords. So this was the listing. I tracked it back when we were selling. This is Helium 10. If you have to use a tool like this to track your keywords, whether it's Helium 10 or whatever else, just make sure you're tracking. So Taco Holder had the highest search volume. Now, if we look at May, let's see. So I guess I started tracking the product a few weeks into selling. Maybe I didn't think about it earlier, but If we look at, so we went out of stock here. This is after we sold out, and this is where hijackers are selling. So let's not look at this. But this period from June 12 to June 26, when we sold out, we went from position 43 up to position 13. Position 13 is on page 1. So we got on page 1 for taco holder, which is a 29,000 search volume a month keyword, which is the biggest keyword. So we ranked on page 1 just with PPC, and as you saw, just with the automatic PPC apparently. Taco stand is the second biggest one. Let's take a look. So 1 year right here, 63 up to 34, not too bad. But yeah, this gives you an idea of how we ranked and where we got our sales from, probably from taco holder. The most important thing that I always tell people about PPC is you need to respect the data. As in, don't try to force something to happen. Instead, the way that I went about this is, let's put all these campaigns, let's get them running, and then let's put all these keywords, and let's see what works. And then whatever works, we'll say, okay, thank you, let's do more of this. And whatever doesn't work, we'll say, okay, sorry, let's do less of this. And that's my mentality when it comes to running PPC campaigns. Do a bunch of stuff, see what works, respect it, and that's it. All right, guys, I hope you like this video. It's very different from what I'm used to making and probably from what you're used to watching. So if you did like it, please click the thumbs up. If you did not like it, thumb it down, I don't care. If you want to see more videos like this, subscribe and click on the bell. And click right here if you want to see the other video that I did with Elliot about his first product, why that one failed. It's a completely different story. So maybe you learn a few things and avoid the mistakes that he did. So click right here to watch it, and I'll see you guys there. Peace.
Hey, no one sell this product. This is a blacklisted product.
Probably me.
Don't do it. Yeah, maybe Samir, but I think it's someone else.